Hey guys, welcome back to GloryHunter. We are continuing on today, trying to get ourselves closer to the Bundesliga title, and we're through in Europe as well to the knockout stages of the Champions League. We have games in multiple competitions again today. We got through to the next round of the DFB Pokal, also another trophy we're trying to win this season in the last episode. And we start today with Stuttgart at home, and then with Porto away in the Champions League, which will sim, VfL Bochum away in the Bundesliga, which will also sim, and then Hoffenheim at home and Wolfsburg away to end the calendar year. We are hopefully going to stand the chance of winning multiple trophies this year, regardless of whether they be domestic or European. We shall wait and see, but fingers crossed we can add at least something to the trophy room in this third season. We were trophyless in Season 1, but then bagged 2 in Season 2. I don't think we'll get 3 in Season 3, but I would certainly like to turn some more lights on in this trophy room come the end of this third season, and maybe be a big ask, but maybe we could win all 3 competitions we're involved in this year at Borussia Dortmund, and then we could move on and only spend 1 year in Germany. That'd be remarkable, wouldn't it? Right, do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save, of course, and please make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell ticked, and you won't miss any further episodes from it. The January transfer window is just around the corner. However, we don't yet currently have any plans for it because I have about £4 to my name. Let's go and play Stuttgart and pick up and kick off with a win. 5 at the back for Stuttgart. Antonelli Truben in goal for them. Joshua Vanneman, Pascal Stenzel, Dan Axel Zagadou, Umar Solet, and Francisco Ortega is that 5. Sambi Lakonga in midfield for them alongside Amiri and Omur, 2 more attack-minded central midfielders, with Thiago Thomas and Vangelis Pavlidis on the forward line. They do have Artur Cabral they could bring on off the bench up top. Maybe Juan Bernat at left back. Other than that, not too much depth to call upon for Stuttgart. We are at full strength, as you might well imagine, for this game in front of the yellow wall. See, there is a winter break in Germany, and judging by the amount of snowy games we've had recently, certainly that winter break is needed. So hopefully we can head into the winter break closer than 6 points off Bayern at the top of the table. That would be the main aim. Poor, given away by Stuttgart, playing in their Dennis the Menace kit this time around. Enzo Fernandez from distance. Not a long shot taker, apparently. Good header by Florian Wirtz. Adeyemi brings it down. Here's Harvey Barnes. Close proximity with a couple of defenders, but here's Hussam Aouar. Florian Wirtz will twist and find a teammate. Enzo will look for Bellini. Is the overlap coming? It is not from Weston McKennie. I'll ask him to. And there he goes. He's on his bike. He's in behind. Come on then, Adeyemi. You're in the middle. You're going to be on the end of this. It's going to fall to Wirtz. It's a good save by the keeper. We'll just let it go for the corner. I probably wouldn't have been able to get there to keep it in anyway. Decent attempt that, and also a very good save. Schlotterbeck could be underneath this. He tried. Bellini tuck that back. Sula. I see Adeyemi through there, and around the corner could be Weston McKennie. Tuck it back to Bellini. Tuck it back to Adeyemi, looking for Bellini in the middle. Not able to be found, and thankfully Nuno Mendes has the pace to stop them. Abdul Kadir. And a little ball in behind here. Thiago Thomas with some good close control. Find the space to try and punish us here. Ortega. Thiago Thomas. It's in. Pavlidis. Dennis the Menace 1. Dortmund 0. Appreciate those of you outside of the UK might not understand the Dennis the Menace reference, so apologies. But it's a hell of a goal. It's really well worked as well. Perhaps fortunate to get through the challenge of Weston McKennie with the ball just stuck to his foot like glue, but we'll have done something similar ourselves at some point to score a goal. So as many times as it goes against you, it goes for you too. Nuno Mendes looking to get forward. Can we have an instant response? Adeyemi. Maybe we can have an instant response. Wirtz. That's headed towards the top corner, but it's just risen a little bit too much. Stenzel into Amiri. It's Pavlidis tackled comfortably. McKennie to Wirtz and Bellini. Oh, he went for me there. Bellini's going to be in behind here. He's not scored for a little while, Bellini. Had a small spell of bagging goals, but they've dried up. And the defender there, I think it was Dan Axel Zagadou, just showed unbelievable pace to keep up with him and catch him up. more so than anything else, like a steamroller there, just powering forward. Like a juggernaut, just motoring away. Abdul Kadir draws the save out of Gregor Kerbel, and Stuttgart nearly double their advantage before half-time. As well as we've been going in the Champions League now, and in the DFB Pokal, we have had some frustratingly average results in the Bundesliga. I mean, I guess that's classic Dortmund, but still, we would like to be better than classic Dortmund. And it's 1-0 to Stuttgart at half-time. At half-time, the stats read very nicely for us in everything other than the one right at the very top in the middle. If we can just perform that way again in the second half, then surely we find a breakthrough and we find a way through more than once. Nuno Mendes looking inside there to Aouar. Forward to Harvey Barnes. His pass is poor, and Dan Axel Zagadou gets the better of us. He's been a monster for them at the back. He's stuck on the post. Oh, I couldn't get there quickly enough. Stuck on the post. That would have been the most FIFA thing ever, wouldn't it? Aouar looking for Adeyemi. Adeyemi, shot blocked. Nicely done by the Stuttgart defence. They are taking risks at the back here, though. Trubin again. This time finding Solet, and they will clear their lines. Ortega. Still only 1 goal down, so definitely still with a chance to get victory from this. Is Abdul Kadir. Picked off by Sula. Just pinballs about, though, and still falls to Stuttgart. Effort. Well held. Jeez. Excellent from Kerbel there to catch it and keep hold of it. That was outrageous. Aouar will look to Wertz first. Adeyemi just needs to pick a side. He's running through the middle of 2 defenders there, and I can't get the ball through that gap. If I go either side, then the defender's got the angle on him. He needs to make that run into a channel. Here's Niklas Sula looking for Julian Brandt, who's just come off the bench here, and very nearly, immediately, finds the equaliser. He does make an impact off the bench, Julian. I'm very pleased with him when he does. Challenging for that again. I see the man on the edge of the box. It's Harvey Barnes. I'm going to have to give that to Brandt. And Sula is there. He's not going to be the one that we look for. Go out wide here to Bellini. Bellini round the corner. Trying to use that pace to cut their defence apart. Please. I'm really desperate for a goal. Brandt. Barnes. Harvey Barnes! Misses the target. I need something like that to go for me at the minute. I need just a little bobble. A little bounce. A fortuitous breakthrough of a challenge, just like they got for their goal, really. That's what I need to try and make the breakthrough here. Bellini's there, broken beyond the line. Bellini buries it off the underside of the bar. Finally! Oh, we've had to work so hard for that. We've not found it easy to break defences down this year. Might need to move the wide players slightly further forward. What a finish, though, from Bellini. He's up to 85 rating now. I might move Bellini and Harvey Barnes slightly further forward and slightly more central, whilst keeping the ethos of this 4-2-3-1 wide as is, just to try and give us a little bit more options in the final third, because we have found it difficult to break defences down, and the striker has found himself isolated at times when trying to either have a passing option or just enough space to find a way through, because nobody else in that final third is drawing runners from elsewhere. Keepers come and punch as well. If Bellini wins this, we could counter and maybe look for a dub. Maybe look for a dub. A quick 1-2 with Julian Brandt. He's going to drive into the space. Burkhardt's going to make the run. And I'll lift it. Oh, but Dan Axel Zagadou is just a man mountain and is in the way of everything. And now they might be in for a dub. Cabral be on the defensive line. Nuno Mendes bumps him off it. There's only 1 minute added on, so it's going to be a single point for us here with a 1 goal each draw against VfB Stuttgart. Another frustrating draw that could have been so much more. Chance after chance after chance in that game. 10 shots total, but only the single goal. It's really frustrating at the minute that we're not putting the ball in the back of the net as regularly as we were earlier in the season. And the reason for that is, I don't know. Quite frankly, we had the best offensive record in the league. And I don't know if that's still the case. I doubt it. Actually, we do with 32 goals. Joint level with Bayern. But those 5 draws in our 14 games. We only lost once, but we've drawn 5 times. We're now 6 points. Well, actually, to be fair, we're still only 6 points off Bayern because they've drawn as well on this particular match day, thankfully. But we are now down to 4th rather than sat in 2nd, being the one side behind Bayern. We can rotate for the game. Ah, good. I'm trying to sell Flores because I need some money in January to sign any potential youth players that we get that are decent. I have not even enough money in my transfer budget to even sign one youth player from a scout report because I have £993 in my weekly budget. Can't afford anyone. So I'm selling a youngster for like 3 mil just to raise some money that I can throw that then into the wage budget to bring in some young talent through the youth system. We'll rotate for this game against Porto and then similarly for Bochum, and hopefully we can get results in both of those, although we don't need one against Porto. So Sim against Porto in the Champions League should be relatively straightforward. And it's a comfortable 2-0 victory in the end. Brandt and Giovanni Reina with the goals. So that will see us top the Champions League group, which is certainly not what we did in, in the Champions League in Season 1, is it? We got rather embarrassingly dumped out of the Champions League at the group stage. That will go nicely into our transfer budget for next season here at Dortmund, because it does look ever increasingly likely that we will spend 2 seasons here in the black and yellow of Dortmund. It's a 2-0 win against VfL Bochum as well. Bellini and McKennie with the goals, which is nice. Good to see. That's 3 points on the board in the Bundesliga again, which moves us back second, actually, as a couple of other sides around us drop points. Still 6 points to Bayern, though. And with Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg to come next, hopefully we can continue to build on that victory. I'm going to move Bellini up there, and I'm going to move Barnes up here. And that might hopefully add just a bit more creativity in the front line. We've been scoring loads of goals, but I'm still finding it difficult to break teams down. So I got 1 against Stuttgart, 1 against Augsburg yesterday in the Cup. We got 2 against Frankfurt, although that came against 10 men. 1 against Barca, 1 against Augsburg. And then we've had some big victories, like the 5-2 against Bayer Leverkusen. We scored 3 against Freiburg, but 4 against Hertha. We've had big results, and then some single goal results. Not like a consistent 2 or 3, it's like 1 or 5. There's no real middle ground, and I'd rather have a consistent 2 or 3 than finding it hard on occasion to break defences down, only finding 1, and as a result, not necessarily getting the victory that I need in that particular situation. So, some work to be done, but hopefully, throughout the course of this season and probably into next with some additions to the squad, we've kind of built a good starting 11 now. Now it's a case of using next season's transfer budget to build on the depth, because we certainly had to move out a lot of deadwood here at the club, and there's still work to be done with this squad, which is why you guys voted for Dortmund in the first place. So, let's try and put the current team to the test and go and win against Hoffenheim. And Flores has gone to Strasbourg now in France, so we do have the money to go and sign some youth talent for our academy. 5 at the back again, this time for Hoffenheim. Oliver Baumann in goal. Let's have a decent team, you know. Oliver Baumann in goal. Livramento, Becao, Rafael Castro, an 81 rated regen, and Cesar Azpilicueta alongside Roman Perro on the left-hand side. Then Masrati at CDM, 83 rated. Shaparenko in central midfield with Oliver Torres, a name that I've not seen for a little while, with Gonçalo Ramos up top alongside Randall Colomuani. That's a strong team. It's a genuinely good 11 from Hoffenheim. Really, really impressive. And this could well be one of the more difficult fixtures we've played of late. Alternatively, of course, because they have a stronger team, it might mean that it's a little bit easier for us. Occasionally, you find it easier against the stronger teams and more difficult against the teams that are actually lower rated. But I think the less said on that topic, the better. I might as well set up some sort of flame war about dynamic difficulty in the comment section. Wirtz looking to find his way through, looking for Bellini, who's in behind. Is he onside? That was a headed shot on goal, apparently. Sick one, mate. Oh, dear. Wirtz. No, we'll turn back. Memphis Depay has scored for Bayern. And here's Hussein Aouar to try and score for us. Harvey Barnes is now up at 85 rated. And then there's the man on the edge of the box. It's Wirtz. Just can't find a way through this 5-back, can we? Now you see why I'm starting to be a little bit frustrated at our lack of goal scoring of late. I can have all of the ball and all of the pressure, but I cannot find a way through. Wirtz. Lay that across there to Alwar. Out of his feet well. Verts, brilliantly blocked. Bellini cuts it back. And Adeyemi blocked. Asked for the first time shot. Didn't get it. Verts will outmuscle the man. Still, this pressure continues. Verts! Oh, can't score! Enzo out to the right back. Changed the tactics. I've dropped my defensive line again and I've switched from fast build-up to slow build-up to see if that actually changes the way that they line up in defence. The reasoning being, I think because I was on fast build-up, we're throwing bodies forward so quick that they're just quickly retracting into a defensive shell, meaning that they're impossible to break down. If I build up slower, then maybe we can entice them to actually step up a bit and not go quite so defensive. And maybe that might open up some space in behind. I would love to make use of set pieces as well, but evidently I've not really been able to do that at any point throughout the course of this or of this season so far here at Dortmund. Set pieces are not the answer for us here. We have, in recent saves, occasionally been able to make use of set pieces as a really good goal-scoring avenue, but not this year, sadly. Not at Dortmund. Bellini beats his man brilliantly, looking for Adeyemi, who gets it the right side of the defender. There are more defenders arriving, though. I need someone to make a run off me. That's a handball. Surely, ref. You can see him pop his both hands up like this to try and block it. Free kick in such a good position. Now, Bellini does have decent stats, doesn't he? Great free kick accuracy, not great power. So I might have to put a bit of extra power on this myself. I'll go for 2.5 bars because it is quite close in. Bellini! It's wide of the target. Had it been on target, I think it might have gone in. Oh, still can't find a way through. Ramos into the path of Colin Mawani, and it's 1-0 Hoffenheim. Something's not clicking up top for us at the minute. I'm not sure what it is. But because of that, conceding this odd goal here and there, we have done of late, it's costing us results. If we could find a way through more regularly up top, then, you know, like I say, consistently 2 or 3 would be great. And under control, Jesus. The CDM has been a machine all game, Al Mazrati. He's absolutely bossed it in there. And that's almost like playing against the back 6 because they've got a 5-back defence and then a CDM stood in there as well. So tough. So tough. They've done one over on me here, Hoffenheim. They really have. Enzo Fernandez. Adeyemi's made a run. Is it the run? He's in behind. He's onside. He'll beat the defender. And Baumann comes up with a save. Can't believe it. I'll try and ping this to the edge of the box. We'll try something from the training ground. Brandt. Back to Gio Reyna. Out here to Bellini, who swings and misses at thin air. Nuno Mendes might keep that in, actually. Take your time, Nuno. Fucking hell. I was trying to sprint towards it, and he just jogged, by which point the defender got... Oh, their man got there too. Adeyemi around the corner. Brandt. Oh, ride the challenge. Why are you doing that stupid stumble animation? For fuck's sake. Give me the ball back. So frustrating at the minute here at Dortmund. Can't... Oh, really? Really, Julian? Yeah, cheers then. The frustration builds. Fuck off. Get annoyed now. Give me the ball back. I can't score goals with this Dortmund side at the minute, and it is pissing me off. Colin Mawani with the free kick for Hoffenheim, which very nearly finds its way into the top corner. The left back Perrault with the set piece itself. If I can get this forward quickly, then maybe there's a counter-attack on, but there isn't. Oh, I'm not having the best of times here in this first season in the league again, are we? We weren't quite as good as we needed to be at Juventus in the league season in Serie A. And again, 13 shots. 10 shots in the last one. 23 shots over 2 games. 1 goal. I'm a little bit lost. A little bit lost. We do have moments like this in career modes, and hopefully we will find a way through it and start to unlock defences. But teams are starting to learn, if they play 5-pack against me, I'm not finding a way through. Slightly more offensive lineup for Wolfsburg, a 4-2-3-1, although it's very offset. The two CDMs are, one's lower, or 2 centimetres, one's lower than the other. And then the cam is offset from the central striker as well. It's a really odd way to line up, but we'll wait and see if it works for them. Joel Robles in goal, Josip Juranovic at right back, Jordan Tezi, Karim Rekic and Christian Gunter make up the back four. Sander Berger and Matthias Svanberg in the middle for them. Patrick Wimmer on the right. Damari Gray on the left. Luka Ivanusets at cam with Josip Brekalo at striker. So a dangerous team for Wolfsburg, certainly. Salihirschan's gotten the nod ahead of Houssem Aouar. I just don't know if I'm getting enough out of Aouar in that central role. Nuno Mendes into Salihirschan. Nicely. Actually, you know what? I am going to go to Adeyemi, who's in behind here. It's a good save. It's a very good save. If we lose this, we will be 12 points off top. Sula over the bar. So we absolutely have to win this to keep the title hopes alive. If not, then we're trying desperately to clamour to finish in the top 4. There's still obviously the Champions League and the DFB Pokal to go for this season, although we have Bayern in the quarterfinals of the DFB Pokal, so that might swiftly see the exit door as well as a potential trophy we could win this season. We may end up concentrating solely on the Champions League. Wolfsburg pressing, as you can see. Not only are they playing a slightly more offensive formation, which would open up spaces, but if they press as well, then surely we'll be able to find a way through. I'm just not acting on instinct in front of goal at the minute. Adeyemi's pass was under hit there as well, which didn't help. We need to unlock this front line again, because I'm really starting to get frustrated at the minute. And I haven't got the money to change things. We need to figure it out tactically with the team we have. Adeyemi looking for Wirtz. This one's hard enough. And Wirtz scores. Good. We can do it. Need to do it more regularly. 1-0 Dortmund. Svanberg. Back to Rekic and Sanderberger. Gunter. Oh, he's turned me well there. McKennie's won it back though. Enzo Fernandez quickly to Adeyemi. Not Adeyemi, to Bellini, who will look for Adeyemi eventually. Now, he will spin the man that's with him. And surely, Fires Tulan in front. It's a good save by Joel Robles. Trying desperately to get a second goal here, just to allow us the inevitable mistake at the back that may well come. Another good save by Robles as Harvey Barnes was there. Loitering on the edge of the box. Bellini's up again. It's Enzo Fernandez. Well, I tried to pass it. It's bounced and hit him in the face. And then he's just not moved and done anything to try and take control of the ball. Oh, I saw that open up there for Brekalo. And he's tearing me apart at the minute. Here's Damari Gray. From saves and corners at one end to saves and a corner at the other. Svanberg's going to take this short, evidently. And Brekalo will look to get it into the middle. Slowly. But surely they will work it for another opportunity. Enzo's done brilliantly. Svanberg. Brilliant from Nico Schlotterbeck to rise and get to that. Good footwork from Enzo Fernandez there as well. To get that around the corner. And into Florian Wirtz. And here's Enzo Fernandez again, looking for Adeyemi. And surely from there we make it 2. No. No, we don't. The woes in front of goal continue, and that is the reason why we are as far off the top of the table as we are. Outrageous. Couldn't have created a more clear-cut, obvious opportunity to just slam that home into the back of the net, and they almost played themselves in one-on-one at this end to equalise. Thankfully, they haven't, but worries are there at the back, and whilst those worries... That's a foul, ref. Whilst those worries continue, we are still not safe with the victory that we currently have. Finds the ball down the line to Juranovic. And inside to Brekalo. And around the corner. Niklas Sula does brilliantly. And then we'll just pump it forward. He's still won the header though. And they've still got the space. Brekalo in the box. Devastating finish. Devastating finish. He's not sure how to celebrate it though. So he's just going to lick the net apparently. Unbelievable strike such power on it. Sula's long clearance, and I just couldn't get near him before he got the shot off, and he hit it at such force. It's 1-1. We started this season really well at Dortmund. We're top of the table and looked good to challenge for the title. It has all fallen away from us since. Good header by Julian Brandt. Adeyemi looking to break away. Need that support. Adeyemi's going to go again, and I'll play it long. Get there. Great touch. And great finish. Oh, Mr. Adeyemi, I needed that more than you could possibly imagine. The first touch was excellent. The second touch a bit heavy. The finish off the inside of the post on a very quick counter-attack. After just 7 minutes of being pegged back at 1-1, we have the lead again. And for the first time in what feels like forever, we've scored multiple goals as well. Damari Gray trying to destroy me. Hoofed clearance is not great. And Brekalo might look to do it again. Here's Damari Gray. Tackled by Weston McKennie. And we will clear it away. Oh, please, let me win this game. Svanberg. Oh, it's nicely around the corner. Brekalo. Oh, I'm going to concede again. He's missed the target. Wow. Juranovic, with his last action, could have won them the game. Instead, he's missed it and he's gone off. Brandt, please be onside. No, he's not. Oh, would have been a simple third. Nuno Mendes in there to Wirtz. Surely Enzo Fernandez can finish this off now. He's on his own, but he doesn't need anyone else. Oh. We're going to win a game in the Bundesliga. We haven't done that at all recently. We might be winning in the Champions League. We might be winning in the DFB Pokal. But in the Bundesliga, you can see what it means to Gregor Kerbel. It's relief for me. It's sheer delight for him. We are going to get ourselves 3 points in the Bundesliga for the first time in what feels like forever in a played game. We've been drawing so much of late. We really need to turn those results into wins. 9 shots, 3 goals. That's the sort of return you want. Less chances in that one than we had in the previous 2. But 3 times as many goals. We are 4th in the table. Only a point off second. But a full 9 behind FC Bayern München at the halfway stage. Only 18 teams in the Bundesliga. So 17 games is the halfway point, not 19. 34 games played in a season, not 38. If we can end the season how we started the season, then we stand a chance of turning that round. But we cannot afford, we really cannot afford to have this wobble. A draw against Stuttgart, a draw against Augsburg, a draw against Frankfurt. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. We need to be winning almost every game that we play. The defeat to Hoffenheim was a real kick in the teeth. Augsburg and Leverkusen to come in January. Like I say, we've minimal plans for January at the moment. None whatsoever as it stands. I can't afford to buy anyone unless I sell someone. And quite frankly, I'm not going to be able to sell someone that I could adequately replace unless I sell one of the highest rated players in the team. Like, I'm going to have to sell someone like Florian Wirtz for 100+ million if I'm to adequately replace him and improve in the squad depth. And I just don't want to do that. We're going to need everyone that we've got at the club currently to stay at the club to be able to truly step or achieve what we feel like we should do this season. And then next year, we can build by adding squad depth. Houssem Aouar is a player that will certainly drop to the bench for me next year or be sold. And there are definitely other places to improve. Although players like Bellini and Harvey Barnes are growing spectacularly. Barnes is up to 85. Bellini's up to 86. Enzo Fernandez has come in and is now 85. Schlotterbeck and Sula are late 80s now. McKennie's up to 85. Nuno Mendes is up to 85. Kerbel's up to 88. Maybe the plan to use Adeyemi as my #1 striker just isn't working. Maybe it's just a world-class striker that we need. Maybe that's the difference. We'll wait and see as the season progresses. But for now, that will bring us to a close for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I wonder, off the top of my head, what Adeyemi might be worth. Not much. If Adeyemi was worth 67.5, then I could maybe look to sell him for 80 or 90 plus and buy someone else. But Karim Adeyemi, not worth that much, all things considered. Big second half of the season. We must win a trophy this year. We'll go for the Pokal and the Champions League. But the Bundesliga is going to have to wait till next year, I think. But you never know. I'll see you next time.